Hey everybody, Random Apparatus here. Today we're going to talk about how you can build a cybersecurity lab at home for little to no cost. All right, everybody. So first of all, I'd like to just say real quick that I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. There's a lot that I've been wanting to do, but I had to get a really big upgrade in my system. I was using like 8 gigs of RAM and i3 processor from in a laptop from just a long time ago. I couldn't handle the things that I really wanted to do. So I finally got a really big upgrade on my computer so I can properly do my job. 32 gigs RAM. It's a gaming computer on crack. Um, and real quick, I would just like to say something that I have to say. I do work for Kony Dojo as a cybersecurity instructor. So at the time of recording this and uploading this what I'm about to show you is not something that we currently teach, and none of my views or any comments in here reflect Kony Dojo in any way. So without further ado, let's get started. So there are two different kind of labs that you're going to want to do. One of them is an offensive, and one of them is a defensive. Today I'm going to go over the offensive because that's what a lot of people really want to know. So, and let's get started. So, the first thing that you're going to want to do actually is to download a VirtualBox. Okay. The reason why I say VirtualBox for everybody is because, and it's called Oracle VM VirtualBox. This application allows you to have multiple different virtual machines. Right now, we have a Kali Linux one in there. There are plenty of YouTube tutorials on how to have a Kali Linux machine inside of VirtualBox. So that's not something that I'm going to go over. You can find plenty of stuff on the internet regarding that. So this is the attack machine. For those of you that don't know, if you're looking at how to build a lab, though, you should really already know what Kali Linux is. The question is, though, how can we build a lab? So I'm going to do one, assuming that you have plenty of RAM, and that's going to be this video. I'm going to do another video, assuming that you do not have good enough computing power to run your host machine and two virtual machines. Now, of course, you can go to the Hack the Box and try Hack Me, but you're clearly watching this video because you want to do that kind of thing yourself, and you don't want to have to kind of sign in to any other system. Okay, so you're just going to go to a place called VulnHub, vulnhub.com. Here, you have all kinds of machines. Let's say this Hackable 2. I don't know what this is, but we'll click on it. Gives you a description, works better with VirtualBox rather than VMware. So if you go down to the description, it'll tell you whether it's easy most of the time and tell you which one of these it works better for. So this is only 1.4 gigabytes, so I can probably download this in the time that I'm doing this video. Literally it's going to take a minute. So all of the machines that you could possibly want. And you just download these on your machine and you run two virtual machines at the same time, preferably, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start my Kali Linux machine. By now, we have this Hackable 2 machine. So we're going to go ahead and import it. The second, because see, if it has an OVA, you should literally just be able to click these and everything will kind of import. We have Hackable 2. We're also going to start this machine. So we have two machines. Listen very closely to this, okay? Do not worry about having that much memory for this. And here's why I would argue that even if you have around 8 gigabytes, you can still do this, even though you really don't have that much. So my Kali machine, I have 4 gigs because I can. It can run on 2. Go down here. Base memory is 512, okay? This is 4 gigs. The reason why this can be so low is because all you need is this machine on and running in the background. These victim machines do not matter as far as their memory that much. All of your work is going to be done from this Kali machine, okay? So you would go here and you'd find the IP address of the other one and you can attack it from your Kali machine. So this is one way to do it. If you're going to do Active Directory stuff, you need at least 32 gigs of RAM, and I'm not going to go over that in this video. So it's kind of, I hope this kind of demystifies for you what it means to kind of do, this is what it means to make a home lab. This doesn't mean you have to have multiple computers. A lot of people have a misconception that things cost money. Nothing that I've showed you here so far costs money. Again, this is assuming you have 8 gigs of RAM or greater. Another thing I'm going to go over real quick as a tip is the network settings that you really have to have your machine have. So as far as the network settings, you really have to have everything kind of isolated from the outside world and isolated from your host machine. This protects your virtual machines, it protects your host. So I'm going to really quickly go through it. The key here is that everything must be on a NAT network. Now, if you go to a machine here and go to settings, what this does not, and you go to network, this does not mean NAT. This is not actually what you need. But what you need to do here is put everything on one single NAT network. It's guaranteed to be the same subnet and be able to communicate with each other without everything in the way. So you're going to go to File in VirtualBox, to go to Preferences, go down to Network, and let's pretend that these don't exist. You're going to make your own right now. So I'm going to go to this little plus sign right here and add a new NAT network. I'm going to deactivate the previous ones. All right, so you have your new NAT network. It's going to be NAT network 2. Make sure your machines are powered off when you do this. You're going to just click OK. And each machine that you're wanting to play around with, you're going to just go into those network settings, go down to network, and go down to NAT network. Choose NAT network from the, not NAT, but NAT network from this. And you're going to choose the one that you just made. So that'll be NAT network 2 in this case. It should be just NAT network in yours. How many times can I say that? All right, and again, repeat the same thing for the other virtual machine. Go to network, NAT network 2, click OK, and then you can start your machines from there. They're going to be on their own isolated subnet. This is the safest way to do everything without compromising any communication between your machines. So that's all for the video today. Like and subscribe, hit the notification icon. Link for the Discord is in the description, and please join that. We're going to really trying to get a community going so we can do some really fun stuff. Yeah.